What's happening, guys? I'm coming through with another video. This is going to be a great topic, so listen up. I'm going to explain it like this. So basically, when it comes to life, how do we make it better? We can always make life better by changing our daily habits, maybe even one step at a time. If you're brave, go all in and just completely cold turkey make a whole bunch of changes, but it's not going to be easy. A successful way to do that is taking those steps day at a time to changing as many bad habits as possible into good ones. And like I said, when you do change your daily habits, it changes your life. Things become much different. The way you see things, the way you look at things, the way you do things. Your mind changes, everything changes, which can ultimately change your life in other areas because you can get newer ideas, you can do newer things, you can get better at things, you can see that much more clear that you could get a vision that could change your life. This is how it happens, guys. You don't magically just change your life by changing your habits. It's what it leads to that can ultimately change your life. The difference is some people actually do it because they believe in themselves. Others don't do this because they don't believe in themselves and don't believe anything will ever come out of it, and they think they're wasting their time by changing their habits, so they just have this YOLO fuck it mentality. You only live once, I'm just gonna bust. But the more bad addictions you have in your life, the more bad habits you have in your life, the worse life you will live. There's no doubt about it. And I know this to be true myself. I was that person that went cold turkey and completely changed everything around and knew I was going to do it. I just experienced life. I was younger, I did things, and I knew from the things I was doing, this does not define me, I'm just doing it. It's not like I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. But some people actually have those habits, and they do have the mindset that they are going to do this for the rest of their lives. And these things are no different than a relationship with a narcissist, because narcissists are like bad addictions. It's no different than being in a relationship with one of them, having them as a friend, as a parent. They are like a bad addiction that you have to get away from in order to grow, in order to do anything good with your life. You have to get away from them because they are dependent on you and everything else around them as supply. They can't create nothing for themselves. They have to use things and do things in order to feel good. They can't validate themselves, type thing. And like I said, as long as you have them in your life, that's just another bad addiction that you have. And a lot of people are addicted to the narc. I talk to a lot of people that just can't seem to get them off their mind. They can't seem to cut them off. It's like they just need them, like they need that bottle of alcohol or that pack of cigarettes or that line of cocaine. All those things that I just named are bad addictions. And narcissistic people are no different. People with borderline personality disorder, in my opinion, are no different. There is differences between NPD and BPD, but BPD also do things that it's not going to be any good for you, and it's always going to end up hurting you. Just like a person with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, they're going to end up doing things that hurt you. What is that bottle of alcohol going to do? It's going to hurt you. What is that pack of cigarettes going to do? It's going to hurt you. That line of cocaine, it's going to hurt you. Maybe not in that moment, even though it does. It makes you feel good, like quick. It's that quick fix, quick fix, quick fix. The same as a narcissist. It's that quick fix. You can feel loved very fast from the lust. It's not real love. It's just lust. That's also what a narcissist is looking for. They want love so fast in a flick. And they'll take what they can get from you. And if they can find something from somebody else that is better than what you have currently, or they might even leave you because you're going to figure them out and they don't want to expose themselves. This is another situation. You could have been the perfect supply, but they have such big egos that they don't want you to know their true colors. In this case, it happened with me. I was still good supply, absolutely, for the narcissist. But they wanted to leave me before I got sick of them and left them, because they know and they knew that I was a high value type of guy and that I would not put up with their bullshit. They need good supply that will put up with their bullshit. That's what they need. And even if you get involved with narcissists, you slowly start to become just like them. And you start to have needs just like them. They will brainwash you into thinking like them. And that's why people have such a hard time. Like these people, and there's no studies that show, but maybe some point in time there will be, like how much of an effect it has on other people. Like it's insane, guys. It's insane. Because their studies show that the effect like cigarettes and stuff like this has on people, but there's no studies that show what effect that narcissists have on other people. And I'd like to see those studies. I really would. Because this shit is no different. Like, it could even be worse for all we know. And I actually think it is. And it's no easy task. Eliminating them from your life. It does take some willpower, and it does take courage. Just like it takes willpower to quit cigarettes. But the truth is, guys, when it comes to me and myself, I'm a very strong-minded person, and whenever something is not good for me, and I know it's hurting me, and I know it's affecting me, and it's starting to take a toll, I'll cut that off. Like, I've tried cigarettes in the past. I've drank alcohol in the past. Never a lot, but I tried it. And I started to do it to a point where I actually felt it started to take an effect on me, and it started to change me as a person, not in a good way. I was able to cut these things off, and I did develop some bad habits in the past from doing these things, and maybe a little bit too much. Maybe I tried chewing tobacco and I started to do it a little bit too much, and I cut that off whenever I really felt that it started to bother me and affect me. Some people continue doing it, continue to do it, and they know it's affecting them, and they know what it's doing, but they can't stop. I always stopped before it had a huge effect on me. So whenever I started to feel those effects, I would cut certain things off. It's the same thing with toxic people. It's the same thing with narcissists. When it came to a relationship with a narcissist, I almost never had a chance to cut them off, because it was usually always good in those beginning stages, and then they had to cut me off because they knew who I was. They knew I wasn't one to monkey with. They knew I was always naturally a smart guy and I'd easily be able to figure them out. They knew I wouldn't put up with bullshit, so they did the dirty work for me. They you know, I can do nothing but honestly thank those people that did that. Better sooner than later. Same thing with cigarettes. The faster you quit smoking cigarettes, the better, obviously. It's no different than people that are narcissistic. And I hope you guys understand what I'm explaining here, because it is the truth. The longer you even go on with these people, the more it's going to have a psychological effect on you and your brain and for the longer term, because you will develop those same beliefs that a narcissist has, and it's never too late to cut them out and start developing your own thoughts, new thoughts, and creating better habits. But it will still have an effect the longer that you are with them. So the longer that you were desperate to get back with a narcissist, if maybe they cut you off, understand that you're not doing yourself any favors by actually wanting this person back, because you lost an addiction. You should be strong enough and strong-willed enough to just know what you have to do. Like, you know what you have to do, but some people don't want to do it. They would rather the narcissist that bad instead of feel what they feel right now, and it's not the right thing to do, and it's not the right thing to think about. As much as you want them, which it might be normal to have those thoughts, you have to know, no matter what, that taking them back is going to lead to much worse things, and you have to eliminate them forever. They're never coming back, and I don't know why you would ever want them back. I got to a point where I felt a relief. I felt happiness by being disrespected so bad by one of these people. I instantly felt that relief. Like, what I just seen, what I just witnessed, what just happened to me, I will never, ever, ever take you back, ever again. Some of you guys are too, I don't know what word you want to put on this, but you guys just allow so much abuse and disrespect that it's not even funny. And it makes no sense to me. How could you ever let somebody do this? The truth is, I never let people do this to me. It was always usually good in the relationships I was in with these people until they cut it off, because they knew, like I said, that I wouldn't put up with this garbage behavior. And some people put up with this garbage behavior for years. The psychological effect that these things had on me was that breakup, because I didn't understand it at the time. And it was like this was ending with a normal, good-looking person that was charming, and all these other things that I seen as somebody I could have been with forever. That's the effect that it had on me. I never actually got abused in these relationships. Maybe like a little tiny bit, and not even much. There was definitely a few arguments here and there, that's for sure, but like nothing serious. And I just don't get it, guys, how some of you guys can let this go on and happen for it. It blows my mind. You have to have more respect for yourself than that, and it shows a lack of respect that you have within yourself. That's something that you need to fix. It's bad ways of thinking. It's bad habits. You have to change those bad habits into good habits and start to find yourself again, because you are not yourself right now. You don't know who you are right now. The only person you only know the person that is attached to the narcissist. You only know yourself from them, and that is a horrible thing to think about. You need the narcissist to even feel alive. That's not good. You're not in a good place, and things need to change. Like I said, changing these bad habits is not an easy task. It's not going to be easy doing these things. But you know you have to do it, and you must. So this is the path you must go on. Otherwise, you're going to suffer for a lot longer. This short-term suffering is absolutely nothing compared to this long-term suffering you will continue to suffer if you do not change your ways. So guys, and I've been here many times. Trust me, I've been there many times. It's not like I just changed everything one time and then it was just smooth. There's things that happened again and again and again, but I always made adjustments to these things that happened and changed everything bad that has ever happened into my favor. You take those losses and turn them into wins. That's how winning is done. That's what you do. And you come out on top. And you don't go through that long-term suffering for the rest of your life. So, I'm going to cut this video short. I hope you guys enjoyed this topic. I will be back with the next video. Peace out.